Let's paint a fun and colourful abstract painting using a balloon. Grab a balloon and some paints and let's begin. For supplies, I have a large 40 by 50 canvas, a jar of water, a large flat brush, a kind of regular flat brush, some titanium white, velvet purple, deep violet, processed magenta, ultramarine blue, and some sap green, and also a bit of cadmium yellow. You also need a balloon. So starting off, I'm just grabbing my large flat brush and I'm going to wet my entire surface with water just so that I can spread the paint a bit more easily on the canvas and not have the canvas kind of absorb and suck everything straight away because it's dry. So I'm just using my large flat brush and putting a decent amount of water all over the surface. Grabbing some titanium white, I'm just going to go straight from the bottle onto the canvas and put out a few blobs of white paint, and using a flat spatula I'm going to just kind of spread it. I grabbed the flat spatula because it was there on the side, but in the end I actually ended up using the flat brush, which is why I haven't included it in the materials because it didn't actually end up doing what I wanted to do. There you go. So it worked for a few seconds and I was like, absolutely not. And then I swapped over to the brush because that was just much better at spreading the paint around. So I'm just going to completely put this white paint all over just so that we have a base of paint underneath. So I feel like in my head that it was going to be a smoother outcome, which it was when there was some paint underneath and I wasn't going directly on top with some of the colours that we're going to be using straight away. This is the easy part. You're just going to be grabbing your colors. So you could honestly do like 1,000 variations of this because the process is really simple. So you're just going to grab the colors that you have and you're going to squirt straight from the tube and just kind of put blobs all over the canvas. And you want to kind of just spread it around. So you don't want to do the pink all in one side and maybe the purple all on the other side. You kind of do want it to spread it out evenly just so that there's going to be some of the colors in all of the different places around. So I'm grabbing and just kind of starting from my light to dark. So I started off with the pink, then the two purples, and now the blue, and then finishing off with the green and some of the yellow, of course, just so that we kind of get these really cool transfers where we can see all of the colors kind of mixing and kind of blending the colors when the balloon is going to be pushing down into all of the different paints. Now for the very fun and therapeutic part. So grab your balloon and we're just going to kind of push the balloon down into the paint. Now, at this point when you start and you don't actually have much paint on your balloon, you're kind of going to get these more kind of dry patches. But don't worry, that's completely normal. And it just takes a bit of figuring out the technique. So you kind of have the stamp and dab, or you have the kind of push, roll, and then lift. So kind of see what you like, or depending on how much paint you put on the canvas, it might react slightly differently. So this is definitely just experiment and see how it works with your canvas and your paints. So I'm definitely just experimenting here, kind of seeing what's working for me the most. And you were wanting to create these kind of a fun and colorful flowers as well. So I was like, okay, how can I get these petal looking shapes? And as you can see here, when you pick up a lot of paint on the balloon, that's when you get these really cool kind of shapes, almost tie-dye looking petals. So this is when I started having fun because I was like, okay, I can see I need paint on the balloon in order to make a really cool and fun fun, colourful print onto the canvas. So I kind of got a little bit more brave and just started playing around, and then I kind of did these dragging motions. So you can dab, you can drag, you can stamp, just honestly have fun with it. And I just kind of played around with the whole canvas, doing kind of these different movements to kind of get the effect of some pretty flowers and some greenery as well in the canvas. Once you're happy with all of the petals and swirls and just really had a good time painting and you're happy with how it looks, I grabbed my long flat brush, and with it I just went and created these really thick kind of few petals just to make these little flowers in between as well. I wanted to break up the balloons and the petals and the little swirls that we did with the greenery, so I just wanted to add something that was going to be a little bit more interesting. So I just came up with these white flowers, and I actually really liked how they turned out. I thought it was super cute, and it definitely kind of popped out of the painting a little bit more. If you found this video fun and enjoyable and it allowed you to see that you can honestly paint with something so simple as a balloon, then be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next painting video.